My name is Amjad Swaidan, and I will be your presenter of today's program. It is my pleasure to welcome you all in the final day of the Future of Industrial Transformation Summit. Today, we turn our attention to one of the most critical drivers of industrial transformation: competitiveness. This introduction sets the stage for today's discussions, highlighting how enhancing competitiveness forms the foundation for industrial growth. Our first session is a presentation on the Industrial Competitiveness Program ICP, a program designed to enhance the competitiveness and efficiency of the existing industrial sector. Our speaker will provide a comprehensive overview of the program's objectives, strategies, and expected impact. Please join me in welcoming on the stage Mr. Salman Murshid, the Director of Strategies and Industrial Competitiveness at Ministry of Industrial and Mineral Resources.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So in this session, we would like to go over an overview of the Industrial Competitiveness Program and then talk about the solutions and the value add that the program offers to its beneficiaries, and then move at the end toward the future outlook of the program. So historically, over the past 40 years or so, the industrial sector have capitalized on the use of just make it closer, on the use of liquid fuels, things like diesel, light crude oil, heavy fuel oil in their industrial processes. And they built their operating models and business models around the use of those liquid fuels as a primary energy input. And in the early 2021, the liquid displacement program was launched with the primary objective of displacing those liquids and replacing them with more cleaner, energy-efficient, cost-competitive energy sources such as natural gas and electricity. And in parallel with this, the energy price reform was also launched in Q1 of 2024 to gradually increase the local energy prices to align with the global prices in alignment with the national financial sustainability targets. So both of those changes will put a temporary and transitional pressure on the industrial sector, which creates a need for a transitional and targeted government intervention to help protect the industrial baseline as it goes through this transition and to unlock its future growth. And the Industrial Competitiveness Program was launched to do exactly that, with two key objectives in mind: to provide targeted support to 16 energy-intensive sectors, which you can see here on the slide, and to also provide transitional support through zero-interest loans to help in improving energy efficiencies at the facilities and replacing liquid fuels into cleaner sources such as natural gas and electricity, along with providing a rebate provision or a monthly rebate to those facilities to offset the increase in energy prices and reduce the financial impact on those facilities in the short term. And to make this transition even faster and to accelerate this transition, the program also offers an array and full funding of technical and engineering services to make this transition even faster. So what does the program, what's the real value added to the beneficiaries of the program? And here we can take it on two perspectives. From direct beneficiaries, and here what we mean by them is the energy-intensive companies that are receiving those solutions. And what the program does here is that it reduces their energy costs, it reduces their operating expenses, making them more profitable and hence making them more resilient to future changes that could happen in the future. And from the enabling perspective or enabling sectors or indirect beneficiaries perspective, and here we're talking about energy service providers who help in doing the technical analysis and the feasibility studies for those transformation projects. We're talking about contracting companies who help with the engineering, procurement, construction activities, and other equipment suppliers. Here, what the program does is it unlocks new markets for those people. Primarily, we're forecasting an increase of around 3 billion Saudi riyal in technical and engineering services markets, We're also expecting an increase of 6 billion Saudi riyal in engineering, procurement, and construction activities. But most importantly, what we're doing here is that we're creating sustainable offering that can sustain for the industrial sector and provide them with services long after the program concludes its objective. So here is an example of a leading industrial facility or a leading steel manufacturer who joined the program in the early 2024, where we started by doing a full diagnosis at this facility to identify the energy improvement potential. And we've developed the transformation plan with the support of the program certified energy auditors. The company then went ahead and secured a zero interest loan from the program to execute this project, which can lead to around 27 million reduction in their energy cost, increasing their operating profit margin by 68%. This is one example out of many. And today we have around 470 industrial facilities in many sectors, in building material, in metals, mining, food processing, chemicals, and the list goes on, where they're implementing the same kind of transformation, achieving a reduction in from 25 to 30% energy cost reduction and 12% operating cost reduction overall. But the most important thing that we want to see here is what you see there on the left of the slide. It's the sustainable capability that the program is building in engineering and service providers, which can continue to offer the same offering for those industrial players long after the program concludes its objectives. And here we've seen an increase from 7 to 19, which is a 3 multiplier increase from the beginning and the inception of the program until today. And this is a trend that's going to continue to expand further. So here we've seen how the program was able to protect the industrial baseline in light of the energy price reform and the liquid displacement program. Going forward in the future, as we embark on new transformation and new challenges, primarily labor market reform and the introduction of nitaqat policies which mandate the increase of Saudization in the industrial sector, along with the introduction of the expat levy, which puts temporary pressure on the labor costs for those industrial players, the introduction and the tighter enforcement of environmental laws, whether it's local or global, and the pressure that it puts on the utility and energy costs, and the introduction of new localization policies which change the dynamic and the availability of raw material for the industrial sector. So the program will continue to do the same thing, using the same solutions that it has, using the same operating model to protect this industrial baseline as it goes through those transitions and to unlock its future growth. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Murshid. We will now proceed to the next session, which is a panel discussion on energy efficiency as an engine of transformation, a highly anticipated session. This panel will explore how energy efficiency solutions act as a catalyst for industrial transformation, improving energy use, transitioning to better energy sources, and leveraging enablers such as ESCOs, energy audits, and loan options. This panel discussion will be moderated by Mr. Abdelilah Al-Salhi, the Senior Manager at KPMG. Mr. Abdelilah, the stage is yours.
يعطيك العافية. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to welcome you to this important panel as part of ITSA 2025 here in Riyadh. Today's theme, energy efficiency as an engine of transformation, sits at the heart of Saudi Arabia's industrial competitiveness agenda. As the kingdom moves towards a more productive, sustainable, and globally competitive industrial base, energy efficiency isn't just a cost reduction lever. It is a strategic driver of performance, resilience, and long-term value. Across Saudi Arabia, we see modernizing production lines, integrating smarter technologies, and shifting towards cleaner and more energy-efficient renewable sources. But this transformation requires more than ambition. It requires the right policies, the right enablers, and the right partnerships. To unpack this, I am honored to be joined by 4 distinguished panelists. From the Ministry of Industry and Mineral Resources, we have Talal Al-Sayfan. From the National Academy of Industry, we have Umar Al-Salim. From the Saudi Energy Efficiency Center, we have Abdurrahman Al-Shiddi. From Asas, we have Hassan Abdel Hafid. Please join me in welcoming our distinguished panelists to the stage. Okay. So with that, let's begin our conversation with our first question. Gentlemen, how does energy efficiency play a role in industrial transformation? And how is energy efficiency evolving from a cost-saving measure to a strategic driver of industrial transformation? Talal?
طيب, thank you, عبد الله. السلام عليكم جميعا. صبحكم الله بالخير. We would like to thank everyone who is joining us today, and the journey of the competitiveness and the importance of energy efficiency in the transformation for the industry sector is very important, and it's a key pillar for the transformation plan. Why energy efficiency is very important? For many reasons, for sure. One of these is it's cost saving. So as much we have saving or efficiency, that means that the cost and the profitability, it will be increased. And also the production itself, it will be more optimized, more lead, and finally it will be led to the supporting the decarbonization. So the energy efficiency is not anymore, it's a cost saving point. It's a strategic driver, because if the facility or the industrial facility have or deploy the energy efficiency concept, that means they're going to enhance their bottom line, the profitability, and it can be support them for their growth in future and their investment and their competitiveness. So Adela, back to your question, it's very important for sure, the energy efficiency, and it's one of the strategic driver for the companies to grow, to have more investment for their future sustainability.
Absolutely. And same question to Abdurrahman.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here to address such an important subject, efficiency, with the context of industrial transformation. As Talal mentioned, energy efficiency is important to realize saving, reduce cost, and today it's been proven as a no-regret investment. However, it goes beyond that. It's part of the transformation pillars. It will enable digitalization, competitiveness on the long run. If we look at energy efficiency as a process, for example, companies, when they want to improve efficiency, they need to build more understanding and feasibility of their processes. This understanding and feasibility will allow them even to not only improve efficiency, to improve productivity, improve reliability, process stability, etc. So this also will unlock the transformation and the long-term investment and competitiveness. Even it will accelerate the digital transformation using tools like AI, analytics, IoT tools as well by the industry, even if it's only for efficiency. Those capabilities in place will be extended to quality, to safety, so it will help the industry to have a more, I would say, smarter and more integrated industry. So it is an entry point, if I can say, to a different and more solutions and transformation for the industry.
Thank you. Same question to Hassan.
شكرا عبد الإله. So simply, I'm going to talk from a technical point of view, as Talal said. So if we are talking about energy efficiency, it is part of the umbrella of the industrial competitiveness. Industrial competitiveness is how to improve performance and operational excellence through reducing the energy intensity. Energy intensity is the amount of energy consumed to produce a tonnage of a product. So how to do that? It's either by going for a cleaner fuel, more efficient fuel type, or replacing the existing equipment and modernize the existing setups with more efficient setup, or adopting new technologies that can adopt energy efficiency measures, and also with energy efficiency coefficient that is better than the old ones. So simply, this is what we are looking for by adopting energy efficiency as part of the industrial transformation.
So to Talal, what is ICP offering to enhance energy efficiency and the competitiveness of the industrial sector? What are the enablers to deliver ICP solutions, i.e. energy efficiency and change of energy sources?
Okay, thank you, Abdullah. So ICP stands for Industrial Competitiveness Program, and as shared previously in the previous presentation by my colleagues Salman Murshid, this panel will focus more into improvement solution or development solutions. So the journey of transformation plan, once the beneficiary joined the program, it will start by hiring an ESCO company or energy service company. This company, it will collaborate with the beneficiary or the industrial facility to check what are the opportunities that the company have in order to enhance their energy efficiency. So in each facility, there are either energy used for utility, either, for example, for HVAC, lighting, and also for processes. For example, like cement factory, they have for clinker, big consumption in big clinker, and steel, they have it for furnaces, and etc. So either utility or thermal. So these companies will cooperate with the beneficiary to determine what are the opportunities they have it in order to enhance their efficiency. And they will go on to define ECMs. ECMs stand for Energy Conservative Measure. These ECMs, according to have the percentage or weight, how much saving the company going to have if they deploy these ECMs. So once they finish from defining these ECMs, we'll do the visibility and the financial, which is financially and technicality visibility. Is it visible to do this ECMs? And accordingly, the beneficiary will continue its journey or transformation journey by applying for the other option or other solution offered by program, which is the loan solutions. There are two types of loans, either energy efficiency loans or change of energy source. So they will continue after the approval of the loan, they will continue their the journey by retrofitting or deploying these ECMs defined through the IGA report. And it will be ending by measure and verification until the company achieve their goals for energy efficiency. There are also other type of solutions, which is we call advisor service, which is more advanced. So how the company can benefit from the ESG report, decarbonization, carbon credit, and electrification, alternative fuel, and etc. So all these things will toward the more efficiency into the energy use and what is the best energy mix for each facility. For sure, it's based on the facility energy pattern and their facility and their, let's say, sectors. So this is a brief, Abdullah, about what is the offering that we have in ICB.
Absolutely, and I would love to hear your perspective on this as well, Hassan.
طيب أنا ما ودي أعيد نفس الكلام. I don't want to repeat the same message that Talal has been mentioning. So from a technical, also from a technical perspective, what we can offer through ICB is a standardized process. So we have adopted the level 3 ASHRI audit reports, and we have aligned that with the all registered ESCO in SEEK. So in order to do that, we have categorized that these audit reports should focus on three main streams. The first one is, as mentioned before, is the thermal processes upgrade, and also the electrical equipment upgrade, also the optimal clean mix of fuel. So these streams should include certain ECMs. These ECMs should be reflected in terms of return on investment, and it gives a bankable, from a technical perspective, results with cost saving and also energy savings. That can translate also in the industrial transformation as ICB offers.
Thank you very much. I mean, we've covered a variety of different angles, all encompassing the importance of delivering of ICP solutions. However, there's a very important element, which is human capability. And so, to you, Omar, would love to hear your perspective on that. Why is human capability building crucial for the successful implementation of the competitiveness program?
Okay, Assalamu alaikum and good morning, everyone. Actually, as we all know, human capabilities are the cornerstone of any new technology, any new program, and to be able to implement such a program in the right way and achieve the program's objectives, we need to have a well-qualified individuals that can actually transfer the objectives onto the ground, to the factories, to the plants, and so on. Also, any new technology requires new competencies that we need to equip the human capability force in the kingdom with such competencies, so we can achieve what we really want. Also, in such a program, the program starts with an idea provided by a human, policies and procedures and processes developed by humans as well. So the next step is train and develop the right talents to implement those policies and new technologies, so they can have the same language with the local and global SMEs, the engineers, the managers, and the supervisors. And also, it plays a crucial role in developing local talents and not being reliant on international SMEs. And by saying that, we're not saying that we are not interested in collaboration with international SMEs, but to ensure the sustainability of the program and to be able to improve and enhance such a program, well-qualified local capabilities are very important. And finally, I would like to say that any program or any new policy, any innovation, even technologies, without the right human capabilities, it will still be on paper. You can read it, but you will not be able to implement it. So let's take, for example, aircrafts and pilots. So if you have the best aircraft, if you have the best jet fighter, but but you do not have a well-qualified pilots, well-qualified flight engineers, who, and so on, you will not be able to get the most out of that aircraft.
Absolutely, and you know, we went through various topics, various areas. How does energy efficiency play a role in the ecosystem? What is ICP offering? We looked at human capability. And now, Abdulrahman, we'd like to take a look at the market overall. And so from your perspective, what opportunities for the ESCO market and service providers does ICP offer?
Well, at Saudi Energy Efficiency Center, we do recognize the importance of having an enabled market for energy efficiency, and it's one of the strategic goals on the national wide for different sectors. And when we talk about market, we talk about regulations, licensing scheme, funding mechanism, all kind of enablers that enable both supply and demand to be in place. And we have a really good example in the building sector where government buildings have been retrofitted through Tershid and ESCOs. In industry, I think ICB is increasing the demand for that sector, for those kind of projects. What ICB does, it gives the industry a framework that's trusted to invest in energy efficiency project. This confidence in the market and that trust will definitely increase the demand for the energy efficiency services, whether it's energy audit, retrofits, or even digital solutions. Not only that, we believe beyond ICB, this will open investment opportunities. Having this program and having those standardized protocols and requirements will even enable other financial institutions to participate, to engage. And this also will give ability to ESCOs to scale their offering. And also solution providers, they will have a chance to increase their offering when it comes to solutions. When industries realize the benefit of implementing such solutions, definitely they will be open to invest more. So I think ICB is increasing trust as well as growing demand for any kind of, let's say, investment-ready energy efficiency solution.
No, absolutely. And Hassan, same question to you.
Yeah, so as Abdurrahman said, that ISCO are an existing market, but was focused on the civil use and street lightings and commercials. But what ICB is offering is an access to the industrial market. So what ICB is also providing is a continuous pipeline to that, and it is a streamlined pipeline through a coherent process, and ends with upskilling the capability of the ESCOs. So yes, ICB is providing a clear and structured pipeline for the ESCO market in the industrial sector.
No, I mean, without a doubt. Now, back to you, Umar, on human capability again, because this is a very important point I think that we have to note, which is how would the ICP address the importance of human capability building?
Okay, that's actually a really good question, and it's the core of what we have been working with the ICP program on. First, we need to actually analyze what the program itself needs, and then we need to identify the right occupations, and then after that, we cascade it to what skills do we need on that. And the most important step is prioritizing what occupations and jobs that we need to tackle first to be able to implement the program in the right way. Most importantly is actually scale the delivery in an international platform, and utilize the technology for that. So we tackle the workforce of engineers and managers and supervisors on site by intensive training. We partner with let's say the appropriate and the right partner locally and globally. And then the most important as well, we increase the awareness of the executives and the decision makers, because as soon as you get the buy-in from the executive and the decision makers, you're actually paving the way to achieve what you would like.
No, absolutely. Now, bonus round, and let's dig a little deeper and go into a bit more details on some of the crucial metrics and standardized practices, Hassan. So the question is, what are the crucial metrics and standardized practices like ISO standards, EMS, that companies should adopt to transparently measure and track progress on energy efficiency and its impact on their long-term value?
Okay, so generally speaking, what are available now as energy management systems standards is the ISO 50000, also the CCRD. These are the, let's say, the general frameworks that can standardize the work and give structured work in terms of how to monitor the performance of the energy efficiency, energy consumption, give dashboards, follow up, monitors, and also give indications where to go and to do enhancements once needed. And I think ICB is giving the awareness and giving the right incentives to enable these to the industrial sector now.
Abdulrahman, same question to you. Love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, so I would add on to what you said, that energy management system is a well-known practice for continuous improvement. And the ICB, even though they are offering a different set of solutions, but also they want, and we want as a sector, to enable the industries to sustain those savings. So energy management system is a good example where it integrates the energy policy and the efficiency policies into the business policies. In this case, it will sustain and provide a framework that will continuously improve and review all different measures that can be taken. So it's about culture, and I think this is one of the most important items and elements to make sure that we have sustainable solution down the road.
Absolutely. So we've been through the other side, the private sector, the market overview. And so Talal, if I'm a beneficiary from the private sector, how would I benefit from these loans? If you can give kind of a journey, kind of elaborate on that journey, would be very good.
Sure, Abdullah. Through Sunai platform, the private sector or the industrial facility, they can access from there and apply. It will be immediately, if you are from the targeted sector, it will be pop up for you, the industrial competitiveness program. And from there, you can start your journey, submit your application by filling some of the information and upload some documents needed. And accordingly, the team will start processing this information. It would not take, within a week, the application will be processed. And accordingly, you will start based on your condition. You will assign for this solution of the program. So the journey, it's really an amazing one. And at the end, you're going to get a benefit from the ultimate goal, which is energy saving and changing your energy source. So as I said initially, once we hired for you or assigned the ESCO company, the energy service company, or the energy auditor for you, he will discover all these opportunities, and accordingly you can continue your journey with applying for the financing option, which is the loans. And the loan it will be enabling the company to moving forward for their retrofitting and changing and deploying these ECMs, which will lead at the end for the desired energy efficiency reduction in their operation, which will reflect at the end for the energy bill and etc. So this is in brief, Abdullah, how's the journey from starting point until the end point.
No, I mean, thank you very much, and I think that's a very comprehensive view. Now, I think maybe onto something a bit more forward-looking. A closing question for everyone, starting with perhaps Hassan, on how can digitalization unlock the next wave of industrial savings?
So generally, digitalization is part of, let's say, the modernization and adapting new technologies and trends and integrating that to any industrial setup, either facility or production line or even electrical systems. That will definitely enhance and impact directly the consumption of the electricity. So yes, adopting digitalization will have its impact on energy efficiency. It is a driver for industrial transformation, and it is one of the targets of the ICB.
Absolutely. And Abdurrahman?
Well, at the beginning, we touched base on the energy efficiency that it enables digitalization. And this is also the other way around. Digitalization, I think it gives the industry something they are not fully aware of the capabilities. So that some of the, let's say, tools, like AI-based tools, IoT, etc., will help detecting some inefficiencies that traditional audit cannot detect. And this will improve definitely the efficiency. Today in Saudi, we have very strong programs in terms of energy efficiency across different sectors, including industry, with ICB offering and the different solutions. So baseline and projects are in place. So what does make sense is to go to the next step for digitalization to make sure that we are maximizing the benefit and having more, let's say, sustained engine rather than only a project that's been implemented. So I think this is a no-brainer move, and this is the next step to have a deeper saving, let's say, for efficiency.
Talal?
Yeah, sure, Abdul. That's very good questions. And as said by my colleagues, Abdurrahman and Hassan, digitalization, we see it as a next wave for transformation. So why is that? Because it will give you the real-time, instant data. How is your consumptions? If there is any inefficient processes or anything in the operation, in the utility, if there is any gap, inefficient situation, it will tell you on time what is the current situation, and accordingly will immediately take the response. So as we said before, even if the traditional way, which is through the ESCO or the energy auditor, maybe there is some areas will not be covered or difficult to be covered. So the digitalization will be a useful tool for sure for the beneficiary or for facilities to have it, and will support them into their operation or their achieving their energy efficiency goals. So in principle, digitalization or technologies like IoT, AI, and sensors will help the beneficiary or the industrial facility into boosting their competitiveness, enhancing their energy efficiency, and supporting their strategic plan into decarbonization. Of course, digitalization solutions, it's very important for the transformation journey and etc. So this is my answer to you, Abdullah.
Same question to you, Omar.
Yeah, sure. I think digitalization is the new era, and it's the new way of actually developing and improving any program. So using technology in the energy efficiency programs will, first of all, shorten the time that you will be able to identify where are you spending a lot of effort and financial resources on that energy. So technology and digitalization can forecast based on the current inputs what you should expect as an outcome of any procedure or processes. Also, by using technology and AI probably in the future, the machines and the plants will communicate with each other, exchanging the lesson learned from other plants and factories, so you can have as a shortcut instead of going through the same journey to actually explore what the problem is. And finally, it might help you in identifying the problem, giving you the scale of the risk of that problem, and provide the appropriate solution or the appropriate optimization of your work to reduce your energy consumption and costs.
No, absolutely. Thank you very much. And something that, just to share with you and everyone, something I learned just through this panel is you cannot have industrial transformation without ensuring energy efficiency. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you to our distinguished panel for their valuable insights. And thank you to you, our audience, for your engagement. Today's discussion reminded us that energy efficiency is not just a compliance requirement. It is a strategic lever for industrial competitiveness, cost optimization, and long-term sustainability. As we move forward, collaboration between government programs, enablers, and industry will be essential to accelerate adoption, unlock financing, and scale this impact across the kingdom. Thank you all once again, and we look forward to continuing the conversation throughout the ITSA and beyond. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. شكرا.
Thank you, our panelists, for the valuable session. Our third and final session is a presentation on competitiveness for micro companies. Very interesting indeed. This session will examine practical and scalable energy efficiency solutions tailored for micro and small industrial companies, ensuring that transformation is inclusive and accessible for all segments of the sector. Our speaker, Mr. Abdulrahman Al-Musallam, the Director of ICP Technical Services, will take us through this interesting topic. Mr. Al-Musallam, please join us on the stage.
السلام عليكم جميعا. السلام عليكم. معكم عبد الرحمن مسلم. My name is Abdulrahman Musallem. I am the Director of Technical Services from Asas company. And today we will walk you through the Industry Competitiveness Program that covers multiple segments. One of the segments is the micro companies as well. It's a pleasure to be here as well, and great to have you. Our presentation is titled Competitiveness for Microfactories. In this session, I'll walk you through the microfactories, how they can enhance their competitiveness by adopting energy efficiency as a strategic lever for growth and cost optimization. Our discussion today will cover the following key points. At the beginning, we will give you a brief overview again about the Industrial Competitiveness Program and the initiatives dedicated for the microfactory as a segment. And then afterward, we'll go through the typical life cycle of the microfactories. How do they reach the energy efficiency as a whole? And how long does it take them to reach that level? And then we'll go to the strategic advantages joining the ICP program and how this will expedite the process to reach that level. And then we'll give you a high level how the beneficiary journey from start to end, how it's easier for, how the ICP made it easier for the beneficiaries to go through this. And at the end, we'll go through the closing and the takeaways. So the Industrial Competitiveness Program is owned again by the Ministry of Industry and Transportation, Ministry of Industry and Mining, Mineral Resources. And the initiative is dedicated exactly for it aims for the different segments of the industrial sector, whether it's mega projects, large projects, and specifically for this session is going to be for the microfactories. And the ICP strengthened the competitiveness of the existing industry establishment that is impacted by the energy prices adjustments throughout the last couple of years. So ICP delivers transitional solutions that helps mitigate rising energy prices and cost and support the factory achieving this sustainable transformation in energy consumptions. So the ICP has developed 8 different initiatives focused in different segments, one of which is the microfactories, which is under the enablement solution, which we will be talking about today. So there are 3 main segments. The first one is the enablement solutions, which basically helping the sector identify best practices and adopt measures for long-term energy transformation. The second one is the development solutions, where they're providing a loan to shift to cleaner energy sources and improved operational efficiency. And last but not least, the financial solutions, offering a direct support to the most affected facilities until they transform to the new energy efficiency. The program targets multiple industrial sectors, including 16 different sectors, as mentioned by my colleague Salman. The program, one of the major ones is, as you can see, the building materials, rubber and plastics, chemicals, metals, and so on. So today we will focus on the first group, which is the enablement solutions. And these initiatives provide the microfactories with a high efficiency equipment replacement to reduce the energy consumption and replacing the older and low efficiency equipment. And the scope of this will go through multiple cycles. The first one is the supply and installation, testing and handover, and providing to the beneficiary the warranties of these equipments to help them achieve the optimal and the technical specification of that. At the end, we'll go with the recycling of these old previous equipments in order to guarantee the supply chain and sustainability of this whole cycle. So ICP aims to support the microfactories using approved list of equipments, one of which is the HVAC, lighting, electric motors, compressors, boilers, and so on. So in order for us to expedite the process, I will walk you through the generic, typical life cycle of the microfactories. How do they reach to that level through 9 steps? The first one, at the beginning, the focus or the huge focus by the investor of the production only and meeting the demand that is in the market. The second one, when reaching to the stable operations without monitoring their energy consumptions, the factory machinery equipment, there is a challenge and there is a lot of insufficiencies that the client is not aware. The third one, where the energy prices is raising and the market is changing. So this is where the trigger of the client, where they need the enhancement of the energy efficiency and reducing the cost, where leads us to the fourth step, which is the engagement with national programs and audits, where the company search for alternative and national program to support reaching to this energy efficiency. The fifth one, the initial energy audits to identify major as a high level of the ECMs that is applicable, and if needed, it will go through the sixth step, which is the detailed reports. And after that, there will be a dedicated budget by the client in general for the energy efficiency based on the prioritized ECMs and based on that has the highest impact on the financials and the operations. And after that, post-installation monitoring, and finally, the micro company achieve a long-term competitiveness and cost reduction. So what the ICB has done in order to expedite this process, the ICP offers the microfactory initiative to expedite it because it will cover many aspects, one of which is the significant benefits of this provision of highly equipment replacement that allows the microfactory to replace the equipment with a higher efficient one. And this will eliminate one of the major barriers in the operational improvement. Another important advantage is the immediate reduction in operation expenses once the equipment has been installed with a higher efficient one. This would reduce as well the maintenance need, would direct improve the factory financial performance and operational stability. In addition, the beneficiaries gain direct access to specialized technical and consultancy advisory as well in any of to raise the awareness and the knowledge of this program. And at the end, there is also microfactories will be gaining access to the ICP knowledge platform, which will help them to expedite this process and guarantee efficient and payback period that's suitable. So for us to make it clear for the client or the beneficiaries, we made it easier based on milestones that it's easier for the client. As my colleagues before has mentioned, it's easily just submitting the application through Sinai platform, getting the approval by the ICP program will review based on the criteria. After that, we will go through the ISCO will be conducting a level 1 energy audit, high level, that will help them identify which equipments to be replaced, and then the replacement and recycling of the old equipment. And finally, we will conduct the measurement and verification to monitor the actual saving of this initiative. So for this slide, I would like to highlight certain things. For the microfactories, it's essential contribution, even despite their size, they contribute, they're a major player in strategic and industrial landscape. Although the industrial competitiveness program we're not simply installing in new equipment, we are enabling a long-term shift in how microfactory operate to reduce cost and enhance productivity. By removing financial barriers, providing technical expertise, and ensure access to high-efficiency technologies, our goal is to make the energy accessible for every microfactory in the kingdom. Thank you so much for all your time and interest, and we look forward to enable more success stories. Thank you.
Thank you to all of our speakers for their willingness to share their knowledge and expertise. And thank you to all of you by participating in the final day of this vital event. Together, we continue this important journey toward a more competitive, resilient, and sustainable industrial sector. This is Amjad Al-Suwaidan. It has been a pleasure being with you today. We are looking forward to see you again next year. Thank you so much.